Boom, and we're there. Welcome everyone to another episode of Magnets and Mental Health. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Scott, for joining.
Welcome.
And today we're going to try and tackle something that's going on in the community. Not tackle it head on direct, but to possibly give advice to future people that are on Facebook, that have social medias, that have accounts, that want to be in the public eye. And you know, maybe I'm not the best one to do it, but at the same time, it's time to practice what we preach. So that's what this episode is going to be about. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Rick, Barnsley, Treasure Hunters. I see we've got 10 eyes already. That's nuts. That's absolutely crazy. Corey, hello, Corey. Right, I'd like to start this head on with Scott. Scott, you had to put a Facebook status up the other day regarding your boy. Would you like to just say that now?
Stupid bloody phone.
It's frozen, and Scotty Hargood is frozen. Unbelievable.
I pressed the wrong button.
Scotty, just leave and come back. Just close the window down, hit the link in the messenger window. Again.
Right.
I'm straight back. I'll see ya. There he is. Here we go. Oh, I'm sure he'll be back any second now. So, right, Yorkshire Magneteers, how you doing? Els, Lindsay, how you doing, darling? Go on, Keith.
Sophie had to bring in the police twice.
I heard today, yes, found a bomb, didn't she?
Bomb disposal people had to come in because I think it was the group they had. I think it's the Elf boys who found pom-pom bomb.
Wow.
So, found 2 guns. A big knife about this big.
Really?
Yeah, press it over to me, I'll have it.
It's all in our waters, isn't it? Right, welcome back to the stream, everyone. Scott. He's back. Right, don't touch nothing now, Scott. Just use that beautiful mouth of yours to compliment. Don't touch anything. Nothing technology now, Scott. Now, Scott, on a serious note, you done a post on Facebook the other day that touched a lot of people's hearts. Would you just like to relay that quickly? I mean, is that still how Finley feels?
Yep. Well, not many people know, only certain people, but Finley had a breakdown a few months back, and he don't need any added stress or nothing. Neither the acts we're going through a lot at the minute, and he said to me, well, because I was talking to one of my friends and he overheard me and saying, well, why are people saying if you're friends with this group, you can't be in their group? And stuff like that, you know, the way kids talk. And he said, well, why, who can I talk to? Who can I fish with? Who can, without upsetting other people? And I'm like, well, we don't get involved in nobody's drama, so we just fish with whoever we want. But you know what kids like, he's only 13. And
a very impressionable age.
Yeah. It's one of them where I said, well, we'll step away from the community and we'll just go out and fish on our own, or fish with like Wayne and Brett, Little Mac, you know what I mean?
What was the reason behind him feeling that he wanted to step away from the community? What brought him to that? Was it things that he'd seen lately?
What he's seen, what he's heard. It's like when we first started magnet fishing, your Drastic G, Brummies Outdoors, Blazing Magnets, Matt, there's just so many you could mention. But it was such a close community, right? Everybody helped everybody. People have helped us in the past, Matt. That's why I'm all for helping others when I can. But when the community starts bitching, moaning, I've got a better magnet than you, or I don't want to fish with you because you're friends with them, See, I've got to say it how it is with my mental health, Matt. You know what I
Please.
mean? Or it just goes off. But
To me, I mean,
things like that affect people like me and others with mental health problems. It's like I'm no a perfect person in any way, Matt. I'm first to put my hand
Right.
up. But
Absolutely.
I'm open, I'm honest. I've been in 2 mental health hospitals. I've had 2 breakdowns. I'm
Wow.
on a lot of medication. So, you know, I mean, I don't need all that crap neither. You know what I mean? It's one of them where if they've got a difference between each other or whatever,
Hmm.
do it privately.
Mm.
Like most people do. Don't bring it into a community where there's so many young kids and the kids can be affected by it. You know what I mean? Yeah, adults argue. Who don't? But when you're trying to keep the community together, making the community a better place, welcoming people
Mhm.
into the community, new people, you don't want them seeing all that, Matt. Gives the magnet fishing a bad name.
It
But then
does.
you but then you've
And
got
I've
to
been guilty of it before in the past, which is why I'm trying to just say to everyone, learn by me, learn by my mistakes. You know, I come out the other side. I wanted to bitch about other people. I thought that, that other people had a right to listen to it. But how wrong was that? It was completely wrong. It was Terry Wright over 14, 15 months ago. And I've learned by it, and I've built bridges, and I try to keep things as private as I possibly can.
yeah,
If people can't keep it out of the public domain in the magnificent community, then please, make a private group like I did. Make a private
yeah,
group and just add people to it that you want to hear your side of the story, because not everybody does. And you'll only suffer for it. And I don't mean that in a physical sense, but in a mental sense, you will suffer. Trust me, because I've suffered.
I haven't all, didn't I, Terry? I suffered really bad.
Yes. Yeah,
mm,
absolutely,
And
Keith. But
of late, I'm still waiting from my brother to
mm,
let me know when the funeral is about. Because I'm
you
still
still
waiting.
don't know the funeral, Keith. That's
Oh,
terrible.
I'm still waiting because
Your volume's a little bit low, Keith. Is there any way of raising it on your microphone?
no, I've turned it down especially for that. Because basically I was overpowering everybody else before. Now I turned it too far down and everybody's moaning I'm not loud enough. Oh yeah, mate.
We can hear you.
what's
We
that,
can.
Keith?
But yeah, I mean, there ain't a right or wrong answer. The fact of the matter is, everyone is their own person. Everyone can come up with their own. You know, you decide in your head what is right and what is wrong. Do people need to see
Mm,
this? Do they not? Will the wrong people see this, or will they not? And the answer to that last question is definitely yes. The wrong people will see it. It might get to the eyes that you want to see it, but it'll also get to hundreds of other eyes that don't want to see that kind of thing.
yeah,
So please,
exactly. This is what I mean. It's, if you've got a difference between each groups or an individual or whatever, do it away from the community, because all you're
mm,
doing is gain the community a bad name. It's as simple as
absolutely.
that. I
Mm,
don't say, "Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that."
mm.
You know what I
It's
mean?
not for
Just
us to say it, is it? I thought it was once upon a time, and it ain't. It's wrong.
It's your speech, mate, Scotty. It's your
what's that saying? The steam
That
action.
that
says there
can.
from Barry. Sorry, Keith. From Barry, Hearts Magnificent. That says, Scott, you've been amazing. When Byron had his accident, he still wears the hat you sent him. My door is always open. He's even just for a chat, mate. And that's
Big
from
up,
Barry.
Byron. Big
Originally
shout out
Coffin
to
Tank, now
Byron.
Hearts Magnificent. How you doing, Barry? How you doing, son?
Yeah.
Now,
It's like,
Hannah McFarlane has also wrote Scott. Scott, you've pulled little Mac back before. Always kept his confidence going, and he adores you like his Uncle Scott. That's lovely. And
yeah, it's
this
like
is what
real
I'm saying.
help, anybody.
You know, this,
But yeah, well, go on, Terry.
well, this is what I've been saying in my privates. It's a case of there's good and bad in all, and it
Yeah.
takes triggers, and the bad can surface from time to time. Doesn't mean to say it's horrifically bad, but things can happen, and not everybody always knows the full story. And then people think, well, hold on a minute, I want people to know the full story. If they
And
want to
then
know,
things get
they'll hit you up.
blown out. Things got all blown out of proportion.
Absolutely,
An
absolutely.
ant,
Chinese whispers.
an anthill can turn into a mountain just like that, and you're like,
Without a
go
doubt.
for that. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt. It really is. And, I've been involved in it before. Some of the biggest YouTubers from the Outcast have been involved in it before. And yet we all take a sidestep now. And we work together. We're friends. And yet we didn't always see eye to eye. But now we have that important word, and that's respect.
Exactly.
This is all I'm asking for all my friends that might be involved in different little battles within the community at the moment. Think about it. Think of the big picture. Think of the children. Think of who's going to be witnessing what you're trying to put out there.
Yeah.
This also goes more further wide than just that community. It really does. And words can't hurt. They say. They certainly. They really. And sometimes just to inject that little bit of thinking before talking. I'm guilty of it, and I'm the first to hold my hands up to it. But you better yourself every day. You learn every day, and just keep it out of the public eye, please. This isn't a.
That's all they need to do.
That's what we want. That's what we want. It's not like we're asking a lot. We're just asking people to keep it out of the public eye. You're going to have beef with you're going to have beef with certain people. That's part and parcel of human life, unfortunately. Whether it's at work, play, hobby, magnet fishing, it doesn't matter. You're going to fall out with people.
Exactly.
But learn by it, and
It's
another
how,
thing.
it's how you deal with it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
Do you know what? Another really important word is forgiveness. Forgiveness is key. Anything can be forgiven. It's a cruel world we live in right now. It really, really is. And we need to show more compassion, more care, and, just to think who could take this the wrong way? Who could be reading this right now who might be taking offence to it? I know that's the whole politically correctness gone mad coming into the equation, but it's the world we live in now. And the
I'll
children,
be honest with you.
yeah,
I've got to say it how it is, Terry. You ask anybody in the community, I've got to say it how it is. I get pissed off. I'm sick of seeing all the crap, all the arguing, fighting, bitching and moaning and everything else on the community. And I know a lot of other people are, but they're scared to speak up. You know what I mean? It's one of them. It's like, what was it? Somebody was on about, I've raised this much money, I've done that. But in the words of Ben Shepherd for GMTV, it don't matter how much money you raise. It don't matter whether your event's bigger than what mine was, or what Dave and Brogan's was, or Joe Blogs down the road. It's the smile on the charities' faces when you hand the cheque over. It's like me and Wayne done a little raffle, and we got £400 for the mental health and homeless charity, who gave me a place to live, gave me the counselling, got me, sorted, and they were ever so grateful with that. And I've got to give a shout out to Scotty B and Mrs. B. They are legends, Matt. They really are. And they're like us. They'll do everything they can to help each other out. They keep out of all the drama. That's why I've got so much respect for that couple. And Mrs. B should be the queen of magnet fishing. She should be. She's just something else.
Actually, it's their anniversary today, isn't it? So if they are watching, congratulations. Congratulations. What is it? Fucking 40 years of marriage? No, I'm only joking, Scotty B, Mrs. B. But it's quite a while, isn't it? It's quite a while. I think it's about 22 years or something like that. But,
But at the end of the day,
I'll put you out, so stop it.
at the end of the day, all they need to do is just put everything away for the communities and no drag other people in, no make people think they've got to make choices who they're going to be friends with, who they're not. They know the people they can trust. They know the people they can speak to that are not going to go back and tittle-tattle like children. You know what I mean? Everybody's adults at the end of the day. It's one of them.
It's really unfortunate. What's your take on it all, Keith?
I had to rush off with an emergency phone call. My brother phoned me up to tell me that the funeral is on the 23rd of November down at Tiverton, and my mum's going to be buried, not cremated.
Really?
Yeah. So he said, what's going on? I said, I'm on live chat. Every Sunday I go on live chat. For the 23rd, you won't be able to go on live chat at all because we'll be down in Tiverton. So I'll go find out all my black stuff. Everything black, basically. I've lost that much weight. It's unreal. I'm down to a size 34 from a 48 down to a 34 now.
Not as me, but you've done yours for different reasons. Yours is more stress related, mate, than mine was. I'm gonna kill her in a minute. 1 second.
Okay. As I hope you play at the moment, Scott, I'm sorry I didn't get everything because I had to put mine on mute because, my mum's been a good mum, but she's been a harsh mum, if you know what I mean. Right. When I was a kid, life was... in
the garden. I've had to put her out in the garden. I don't like to do that because I like her to come on. But I haven't got a tablet holder at the moment, so I'm still suffering with the old tablet. I'm having to put it in a position that I wouldn't normally put it, and I can't catch Indiana in on the shot as well, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Right, let's have a look.
Mentally speaking, I've been through the mill. I have, and years ago, when my dad was alive, he suffered from cancer, and I tried to commit suicide through that. I didn't know what was going on at the time, and now my mum has passed away. I can't eat.
It's grief, Keith. Everyone goes through grief a different way. At the moment, you're obviously doing it via hunger and starvation or fasting. And with the cost of living crisis, I think a lot of people in the country are doing that anyway. It's quite disgusting. Yeah, look, Hannah from White Welly, she's put, magnet fishing should be about enjoyment, giving back to the environment, giving to charity, and spending time with friends. If that is 100% what it should be. Yeah. And that's a lovely comment to make, Hannah, and that's what we want to bring back. You know, if you've got a beef, if you run a group, a YouTube channel, a Facebook group, any form of social media, and you've got beef with another social media magnet fisher or a group, just block them and move on. Let's keep things out of the public eye now. Please, let's keep things out of the... We don't want Scott and Finley to have to feel that they can't communicate in the magnet fishing community anymore. If Finley feels like that, then there's other children that feel like that. And if there's other children that feel like that, that's wrong. That's so bloody wrong.
Yeah, but Terry, it's the same as me. It's the same as Scott, right? In many ways. Me and Scott have met up many a time doing magnet fishing, haven't we, mate?
Yep.
Right? I've been all right up to now, but as many of other people, pardon me, many people out there who promise me the earth, we'll take you, Chris, we'll pick you up, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do the other. When it comes to it, no, I've been let down that many times. I just had to knock it on the head. That's show me help. Everybody says, well, he's got a walking stick, he'll be ended up in a wheelchair. I don't want to. I've got MS, right? Drive me insane. At the same time, I've lost my mum, I lost my dad, I've lost my cousins, I lost quite a few people in the pandemic. I'm a fighter. I've always have been. Right? I fought for this bloody country, and I'm used as a second-rate citizen in my own country. And that goes for many other people who fought for this country. And you say that mental health hits us in every way possible, and it does. But for me, I had to say, I had to bite my tongue. I can't bite my bottom lip because I've got no teeth at the top. But the thing is, though, as many other people say, oh, well, we'll take you out, Keith. We'll go magnet fishing. We'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do the other. But no. They sort of...
Hannah's put here, if there's anger or hatred, find a different way to vent. Like me, take a leaf out of my books. I vent to a private group, and that's my privacy. That's my own choice to do that. No one can tell me what I can and can't do in a private. But do it that way. Don't have to do it publicly. Don't have to put it on your groups. Don't have to put it in the community. Everyone, what we share, certainly in the community, in the magnet fishing community, is our friends. Our friends of friends, and our friends and our nearest and dearest are all part of all different groups. All come from all different walks of life, and all probably suffering with different mental illnesses.
Exactly.
But we don't need to put it out there so that we can put off future generations of children that don't no longer want to fish, or they're worried about who they're gonna offend. Who can they talk to? Is somebody else going to be their friend if they start talking to somebody?
Yeah. Do you know what it comes down to now? Is people want fame out it. They want to see what they can. They want to outdo each other,
which we shouldn't be doing. We should be happy for one another. Well, someone's going to have the magnet fishing find of the year, and most of us are going to find 90% of crap. But just be enough.
That's right.
And me also, mate. Yeah, fucking hell.
I'm lucky to get a 5p. I'm happy when I find a 5p. The rest is rubbish. Finley's the one that finds everything. I find the crap at the bottom.
Yeah, pretty much over.
We went magnet fishing that time. All we caught was a bloody bike, and that was placed in there the day before, wasn't it?
Oh. But at the end of the day, I thought magnet fishing was going out helping the wildlife and the environment, cleaning it up, so the wildlife can get back.
Absolutely. That's certainly one of the reasons we do.
But that's the problem. People don't see it like that now. That they're out for the best find ever. Big deal. I couldn't give two monkeys hoots if if you pull a tank out, or you pull a massive bloody train out, or a car out. I'm pulling shite out all the time I go out. But I ain't boasting about it, you know what I mean? I'm doing my here.
Absolutely.
People are forgetting the reason why magnet fishing started. Now, you got to remember, I can't see any comments on my screens.
No,
If they're
no.
taking the piss, I don't care,
They're
man.
not.
You know what I mean? But
People,
people are forgetting that. The main reason all this started back, even before Ollie Oslot even thought about magnets, there was kids doing it generations and generations back with speakers.
Well, I was
You know,
just,
the inside of the speaker. They were
Right, yeah.
dipping in the water.
Yeah, I heard that, funny enough. Yeah. So that was before the community even existed. People knew about a magnet, what it might attract in the waters.
Yeah.
80s, I was doing it with
In the 80s, Keith.
In the 80s.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm just going to let Indiana back in. 2 seconds.
we dragged out, right, down by Snow Hill Station, right, down by Snow Hill Station in Birmingham.
I was going to say Birmingham.
You know, the Snow Hill was up here. And the
But I can't drive Birmingham or that.
we dragged out 6.5 tons. That filled up 5 skip loads. We was on the 6th skip. We was dragging out all these windows.
Yeah, Keith, what were you using? One of them magnets at the scrapyard?
No. Hooks, tractor hooks, rakes, you name it.
Sorry, Keith, just to interrupt you. Gainer from Yorkshire Magneteers has put bullying in every generation. I've had it for 46 years and it's screwed with her mental health big time. Very untrusting because of it.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, Gainer. And probably a lot of the community do.
And the scars.
Bullying is horrid, absolutely horrid. It's the lowest form of communication in my books. You know, it's disgusting. And it's not. It doesn't just happen to children, but it does happen to children, and then it shapes you. And it does. And any faults that you might have now is because you've been shaped by being bullied. I'm exactly the same. Keith's the same. Scott's the same. It's exactly how it is. It isn't an excuse. It's unfortunate and it's disgusting that it happens, and I hope that it will be eradicated in future generations. But it certainly isn't at the moment. It's still part and parcel of the culture that we live in. And it's quite disgusting. And you have to get to a certain age to realise that. And, you know, Gainer, I'm so sorry.
As you're saying, Terry, some people don't get that chance to find that out because they've committed suicide. You know what I mean? Through all this bullying and that. I was bullied at primary, high school, Caterham College, all through work, life, everything, mate. I'm open, I'm honest, I tell the truth. And when you get older, that affects you. It's like, say, anybody that thinks, oh, I'm normal, I ain't got mental health or nothing. Nobody knows what's around the corner. But it's how you deal with it. Some people want the help, but some don't. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's very true.
There's a chap 2 doors up from me. Because they was aiming fireworks, instead of aiming fireworks up in the air, it was aiming at my house.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, there's a health and safety aspect there, big time, mate. I'd have rang the police.
Well, I did, but those shortcoming, like the same goes with the ambulance. Shortcoming. So anyway, what happened was I got fed up. So I went up in the loft, grabbed also the gun, the nearest gun to me, which thankfully it was a blank fire. Loaded it up and shot a few blanks up in the air.
Really? Quite scary.
He shit the bricks and legged it in the house with his kids. Right, and my neighbour next door to
I don't condone that either, Keith, but yeah, go on.
But I kept an anger back in the air. Not him. I just shot it up in the air.
Did any children see you do that?
No. The fence is a bit high. Right. I went,
Okay.
oh, you know, boom, 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 right in the air because I got fed up. The thing is, though, now here's the thing: he shit his bricks like and legged it in the house with the kids. The next door neighbour told him, right, the following, today, don't upset kids. He may be a person you might bully and pester. Well, I did it as a joke. Did you know? Do it this way. If you do it as a joke again, I'll personally come over. That's my mate over the road. I'll personally come over and I'll say what you like when somebody else bullies you. That's how you like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a true comment, what's been put on there, just Terry.
What was that last one? I can't remember what one I had up there. I'm
Oh,
going through so many.
I think it was something like all bullying. Oh, I can't remember.
I'll find it.
Yeah.
Let's call bullying what it really is, assault from Stuart.
Because you're physically and mentally being assaulted, really.
But I wish they'd have realised that, Scott, in the 80s, when I was being bullied at school, when I went to a headmaster about it and they just like, man up. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, fuck me, you know?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was quite lucky when I was at school because I had a big sister everybody was scared of.
Well, I had two brothers that were old enough to be my dad. Both of them. One was 14, one was 16 years older than me. So,
back in a minute.
Yeah, go on, mate. I want to put this up quickly, Keith. Hannah McFarlane's wrote, we had horrible stuff when Brett was arrested, people taking photos of them being arrested, posting it on the groups. Thanks to Scott and Scotty B and a few others got it sorted for us. Yeah, I can't even remember that, Hannah. I mean, some things just, they pass you by and you don't notice them, you don't see the post. But that would have been distressing, I'd imagine. So, yeah, that's quite unfortunate. And I'm glad Scotty B, of course it would be Scotty B, you know, he really is a legend in this hobby. And
Terry, you got to start blowing the bloody brains out. You can with a blank fire.
If you have it close enough to your head, you can hurt yourself, can't you? Or you can kill yourself with a blank firer.
A blank fire can kill you if you put the gun closer to you. It's really
that's mad, isn't it? What's that? Just a sound? What? It burst your eardrums, and then what happens? I mean, what's the medical? What would happen to you, Keith?
The concussion of the blank itself. The blank, if it's close by to your proximity to your body, right? It ruptures you. It can kill you. If it ruptures your heart, that's it. You're snuffed straight out. If you put it to your brain, it can damage the cortex of your brain.
Okay.
Right. Also, many other things. Instead, I pointed it to the sky and pulled my full clip out, and I screamed at the time. I was so wound up. It got to a stage where the history man was going to be no history at all. And that was a couple of days ago. And I'm sorry I rang you at the time when you was on live chat that time. But
that's right, yeah, you screwed up my live, mate. My audio went straight after you rang me. Thanks for checking. I was live, Keith. But yeah, no worries, mate. Glad I could be there for you.
To be honest with you, I had no bugger to talk to at the time.
Well, if you'd have looked up Facebook, you'd have seen I was live, mate, and you're in the group.
No, but I wasn't. I had my phone with me when the fireworks are bouncing off my bloody.
No, that's not on. That's not on. That's disgusting.
Up my windows.
I don't know what you guys think, but I think that fireworks should be stopped from being sold to the likes of normal families. It should be firework displays and firework. If you want to see a good display, go to a firework display. Other than that, don't do it.
Do you know how much it was? It's at by us. £11 an adult, £9 a child to go to watch the fireworks.
Bloody hell.
I sat and watched them out.
Is that really?
Yeah, I watched them out the window for free.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'd have done. Yeah, definitely. Nigel's just appeared and he's put, is this a Lonely Hearts group evening or evening nights? No, that comes in my private life straight after. And it's another one I don't think people's going to want to miss because, yeah, when shit happens, it happens to me. Go on.
I was so wound up with a person trying to bully me. And at the same time, thank you very much for your condolences to my family. Crap.
Who are you talking to?
Can you get in trouble, Keith, for firing the blank fire outside? You got to be careful then.
Yeah, my mate came over. He's a copper, like, you know. He's
Keith, who was you just ranting about? Because this is a show about keeping it out of the public eye. And who did you just rant about, Keith?
Oh, I'm sorry, I've just lost it, mate.
Bless him. Take no notice. He's lost
it because I said to many people that we're supposed to have we're all family, supposed to be. Because I was at a low end, because my mum died, right, I had nobody to talk to, not even my brother at the time, because he was sorting out the funeral arrangements and everything else. Mm. Now, our family's been a big split right down the centre, right? Mm. And it's just me and Neil, my brother, and me, right, are sticking to ourselves. I've got two other brothers and one sister. I don't even see them. I ain't seen my sister for 40 odd years. The last time I saw my brother Paul, right, it's got to be 10 years ago. I haven't seen my younger brother. I haven't seen my younger brother for nearly 35 years.
Keith.
I understand what you're saying, Keith, but you're not alone in that one. It's a lot of people fall out with family. You can choose your friends, you can't choose your family, you can't choose your blood. Yeah. I fell out with mine over them believing a pathological liar's beliefs of something that only ever happened once, but she made them all believe that it happened on numerous occasions. And then even to this day, years, over a decade later, she's still sticking to her story. But that's what pathological liars do. And it's unfortunate. And, you know, my heart bleeds for you, Keith, but you're not alone on that one. When many people like that, I've lost both my parents as well at a much younger age than you did. It's horrible. Time's a healer. And as friends, as a community, reach out, and there should always be at least one person that's willing to listen, that's willing to hear your side of the story, that's willing to let you just go off on a tangent and talk from the heart. You should never feel alone in this hobby, Keith. And this is what, you know, you really shouldn't, Keith. Bless you, mate. Bless you.
Keith.
Keith, listen to Scotty. Listen to Scotty.
You know how you've got mental health problems, right? My best advice to the whole community, anybody out there, you can spread it as far as you want. Whoever's got mental health problems should have two things. They should have the mental health team number, and they should always have a crisis team number. Now, when I got discharged the second time from the mental health hospital, I was meant to have what they called, it's like somebody that comes out to your house to make sure you're all right, sort of thing. But I was lost in the system, Matt. But that is one thing I always tell anybody who calls me, which I've had quite a lot of people with problems, because they know I speak the truth. I know what they're talking about, because I was over a year in one hospital and God knows how long in the second one. I know a bit about the medication people get put on as well, because I'm on it for the rest of my life.
Really? There's no end in sight for it?
Nah,
well, I've got to me. They've
got
just changed my meds.
Emotional split personality disorder, plus I've got someone else personality disorder. It's big names. I'm no good with them. But anybody who's got bad thoughts or anything, just Google the out hours crisis team number if it's at night. You'll get your local one for your area.
I did. It worked.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you've got to do, because the more you, as I found it, mate, I've tried committing suicide quite a few times. If you bottle it up, it will go and it will blow up, mate, and you'll do something stupid. But where if you've got that somebody to talk to, it makes 100. It makes it easier in a way, but it doesn't. If you see, I'm no good at explaining myself very well.
Yeah.
But when you go off here, just Google the mental health crisis team number for your area. Write it down, man. And if you feel that low, phone them.
You'd be surprised what they can do, Keith.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised.
I'm underneath the people called crew. I'm also underneath the SAPA controlled people. Basically, SAPA is to do with the army, like to help out people with mental breakdown.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, what pushed me over the edge was that time when he was firing his fireworks at my, and
that's understandable.
it created a scenario of going back in the army.
A lot of veterans are like that, Matt. They need more support during the Guy Fawkes period, like that weekend. You might, I don't know the numbers, but there's more calls from ex-military people during that period and at New Year that own the crisis teams, the Samaritans and everything else, because they're covered in a corner petrified. You know what I mean? And some of them don't even make it through the weekend. Because I've been looking into this quite a bit, because I've been trying to raise awareness for mental health for years, Matt, since I started magnet fishing. Because I wanted to help others who were going through something similar or anything like that. You know what I mean? But
the thing is, me, as a history man, right, I help out with other people like yourself and everybody else. I've done what I can, right? I even told everybody about how to put stuff that you're not sure of in a bucket of water, right? I was the first one to tell everybody this, courtesy of Graham from out of Home Squad, right? He was me and mate.
Terry, you need something to eat if your belly's making that much noise.
Bloody Indiana, mate. She's now destroying my ring light as well. Thank you, Indy.
Other people as best I can, right? And I've done it for loads of people, not only Nigel, but people. I mean, some people are doing it just for the what you call gold diggers.
No, Keith, it's glory hunters.
Oh, glory hunters.
That's gold diggers are the ones that are after money.
Like as Nigel said, you need a woman. I don't need a woman. I've been through hell and back through one woman, right? And my previous partner, right, Jenny, died of cancer. I don't want to go through that again. Thank you very much, Nigel. And a load of other people, I think, well, I'm sure you need a partner. I do need probably a partner, but it never be a woman or a man. It could be a dog, for all I know of, right? It could be an animal.
Yeah, get yourself up. Sunnyside's kennels in Featherstone, they're amazing for the dog.
Keith, you know what you just said there?
Yeah.
You basically just said that you're campaigning for bestiality, but I don't think you quite meant that.
Look, I don't give a monkey's right. I'm bisexual.
That's
I like
fine.
men.
I don't think it comes under bisexual when you like animals as well. If trisexual, maybe.
I've got a cat here, right?
Go on.
Scott had cats, he had other animals and birds. If you felt down low, you'd rather talk to an animal than you'd talk to a human being. Correct? Right? If anything happens to my cat, I'll get myself a dog. I'll go and play with the dog. Right? I'll with the dog. Before I had Millie, Tabby and Smoker, right, the cats, I had a beautiful dog. It was a cross between a Whippet and a Labrador. It was the best guard dog I've ever had. Right, and he died. He died of cancer. Same goes my partner died of cancer. Same goes my dad died of cancer. And basically, I hate cancer.
We all hate cancer, Keith, and it's took many people.
Nigel put up, you need a woman. I don't think so, mate.
Yeah, Terry.
Take it with a pinch of salt, Keith. He was just, he was giving you good advice.
Do you know something? I've just realised Keith's got more hair than me. I'm going bald.
Tell you what, Keith, you ain't got a bad head for your age, have you? Not as good as mine. Look at that, see?
I'm going to be the old.
You've got more in your chin, mate.
Oh,
looking a bit like Jimmy Hill there, son.
Can I tell you one thing that people underestimate me? I have helped many people. I've helped Michael. I gave him loads of railway stuff. I've heard nothing from the Johnsons since then. Right? I've always liked to find out what how his railway's getting on.
Keith, can I just say something to that, Matt?
Yeah.
Without saying anything, the Johnsons have got a lot on their plate at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what people don't realise.
Yeah.
When you could fall out with a person, a group, what's going on in their private life at the time? What's going on in their mental life at the time? Nobody knows. You don't know what's going on behind the four walls.
I just want to know what's going on. Like, if his railway's going on all right. I've got a massive big layout in the back garden.
I know. I've been waiting to see it for over a year, Keith. But I think I've got more chance of seeing a flying cow. Flying cuckoo, I was going to say. Cuckoos do fly, don't they? So that wouldn't have been very good. Typical here, mate. Yeah. I'll pick that up for you.
On Facebook, right? You can have a look on Facebook. You can have a look on my page if you want. I've got a massive big layout. I've got locos all over the place.
I know you have.
You have.
You show them. You even named one fucking Tellboy or something, didn't you?
Yeah.
Harry.
There's loads of locos I've got which I've named, and there's one troublesome train, one troublesome loco, which is an O-gauge loco, right? I bought it. It's a French one. It's a pain in the ruddy arse, and I named it Nigel.
I thought you were going to say you'd named it Terry then, Troublesome Terry.
No,
I don't think Nigel deserves that. You know what I mean? But I don't think he'll lose any sleep over it.
Terry.
That one's Terry. Okay, lovely.
The one that's playing up is a French locomotive, right? Which is it's a pain in the rear.
This is really bad. Bassy boy, he's still waiting on a call from the crisis team, and he made the call on Friday. It's now Sunday.
Who is?
Bassy boy. I'm not sure who that is. I do apologise.
Has he got the outie hours number?
Yes. Google it. Google whatever area crisis team. Don't stand there waiting for them.
No.
If you haven't heard from them, and it's been 48 hours, and you're that low that you've had to call the crisis team, you need to make that call again. As unfortunate as that is, the NHS does fail from time to time, and you need to be making that call again.
I just realised as well, guys. you notice Nigel's on here, right? I thought that Nigel works through at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, right round till the wee late nights about 8 o'clock. Magnificent. I didn't think he had time for us, guys.
No, but Terry, whoever it was that said that, what you've got to do, you know, when you phone up the crisis team, what I found, the more you phone, the more they call you back, the quicker they call you back. If you just phone them once, you could just get put to the side. Never do that. If you're in crisis, call them and call them and call them until somebody calls you back, Matt. Because if somebody gets that low where I've been, I was stood in the M6 bridge hanging over the other side. It was a policeman that dragged me off because nobody would get back to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is where you've got to put your foot down when you're calling them. You say, look, I'm in severe crisis here. I don't know the person's situation or anything, but when I was in, I said, look, I'm ready for doing it. I'm at such and such a place. You know what I mean? You've got to keep on it, them.
The same guy has put this 9 months wait for 9 months wait for in part nearly 3 months dry of alcohol. No support. No one knows what to do with me. So I have to amuse myself, lol. Well, it's good that you can amuse yourself, but it sounds like you cry for the help the once, and you know, crisis want to know that you are in crisis. You need to make that call more than once. You need to base it on your worst ever day and make that sound that like that's every day, because they need to listen. And mental health, you can go from being okay to being absolutely fucking a shit show in 20 minutes. And I know because it happens to me often.
Terry, another way is like, people can get put to side like that lad is, or the man, whoever he is, because I can't see the comments, I can't read anything, man. The quickest way to get the help, I know I shouldn't say this, but is if you feel that low and you cannot cope, you phone 111 or wherever you are, right? You tell them and say you really need to be seen by someone. They will then send you to A&E, and there'll be this is what happened from my experience. What happened with me, there was a psychiatrist waiting for me.
Wow.
At the hospital. Yeah, I had to wait 10, 20 minutes, half hour when I got there.
That's the thing, is it?
But they did come and they assessed me, and then I was signed into the hospital. I was, because I was that bad.
And then with Essex crisis team, I made the phone call, told them I was in crisis, and they sent round a psychiatric evaluator, and they evaluated me in my own home.
Yeah, each area is different. It's like, I'll be honest with you, Sandwell, where I am, is absolutely effing horrendous. They've lost me in the system and all sorts, mate. So I had to take it upon myself to do something about that. That's why I went straight to the hospital. Well, I phoned the 111 and then they advised, go up to the hospital and you would be evaluated up there. You know what I mean? It's different. See, like where you said in Essex, I think it was, that seems like a quicker and faster and better place than up here, Matt. You know what I mean? Each area's got good and bad in it, innit? And unfortunately, I live in the crappiest one around in the West Midlands, because if I didn't push for the help, I wouldn't have been here. It's as simple as that. And with all the crap that happens in the magnet fishing community, I don't want to go on Facebook and see all that crap. I don't want to feel
That's what
as
it's got to
though,
do.
I don't
Absolutely.
want to feel as though I've got to choose between friends and all that crap. My mental health is up and down every single day. The wife will tell you. I
Hmm.
have my good days, I have my bad days. But with the medication I'm on now, I'm stable, if you know what I mean. But if I had to miss it for any reason, you know what I mean, it could affect me. But the advice to that lad, whoever it was, because I can't see comments coming up,
Bassy boy.
would
Bassy boy.
Bassy boy, I would phone the 111 if you're that low, Matt. Speak to the woman on there, and she should arrange somebody to see you at the hospital or the walk-in centre thing it is now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up our end, it's called Cruise.
Well, he's just wrote, I've got BPD, anacastic PD, depression, ADHD, self-harm, odd emotional, unstable PD, amongst others. And, you know, the wiser I get, the older I get, the more people that I meet in life, the more people that I meet that have multiple conditions. And it
Yeah,
is unfortunate. But in the 70s and 80s, these conditions, they existed, but they weren't diagnosed. They didn't have a name. And
exactly.
it's so wrong, you know. The help is there now. It wasn't years ago. And that's why suicide was absolutely off the scale. It's not anymore. Luckily, it's a falling statistic. And let's keep it that way.
Mhm.
But also, when it comes to having beef in the community, just think, well, I'm gonna outdo them now, and I'm gonna humiliate them even worse than what they just humiliated me. Think of the detrimental effect you're gonna have on somebody's mental health, whether or not you want that to happen. Think of the other people it'll affect directly around that one person or one group that you're affecting. Please, everyone. It's now getting to 8 o'clock, so we're going to be ending this episode. But please, everyone, please, can we keep it out of the public eye? Scott hit another point a little while ago. We don't want to go on Facebook and feel that we don't want to look at our time war. We don't want to go on Facebook and think, well, I'll go and check a couple of groups out. But all that them groups, I'm friends with them, but I don't really want to check out their group in case they're moaning about so and so. I don't want to feel like that. Let's keep
No.
it clean. Let's keep it out of the public eye. If you've got beefs, take it up in a private message, direct message. There's hundreds of different ways you can communicate. Keep it private for the sake of magnet fishing, for the sake of the community, and for the sake of our children. Please, everyone,
Yeah.
please.
Because it's not just my kids. Well,
It's not.
it's not
No.
just Finley that don't want to go out. I know Mackenzie from Magnetic Max, he
Yeah.
don't like all the crap they arguing and that. Why do you think I'll be honest, I know Hannah and Brett will no mind me saying, but why do you think didn't want to go out for quite a while? Because he felt exactly the same as Finley. Because he told me himself, he did, and his dad and his mum, he didn't know who he could speak to in case it upset somebody else. No kid should feel like that in the community. They should be
No.
they should be made feel welcome and supported, and if they need
Absolutely.
help or advice, they can go to anyone. You
Yeah.
know what I
Absolutely.
mean? But until that
Privilege and wonder that
changes,
we've got children in our hobby as it is.
yeah,
We've got children, so let's protect it. They're the future, and you know,
yeah,
if we're the kids, we ain't got nothing. So please, everyone, just keep it out of the
true,
public
mate.
domain.
It is true. That's true. But at the end of the
Right,
day,
guys.
they're all adults.
Mm.
They can make their own mind up. Whoever's arguing, bitching, moaning, whatever, boasting about this, boasting about that. Who gives the monkeys?
Yeah,
We're all in
absolutely.
it. We're all in it for the same thing: to
Mm.
help the environment, meet new people, make new friends. Like I met Wayne and Kate and Brett and Dave and Brogan. They're like family now. You know what I mean? But the community now is a place where, I'll be honest with you, and a lot of folk will hate me, I don't want to be in it.
Mm.
Finley don't want to be in it because of all the animosity and everything else.
Mhm.
But I've got to say it how it is, Terry. Unfortunately, it's going to offend a lot of people.
And I
But
don't want this. Absolutely. I'm probably offending friends right now by just saying what I'm saying. But don't ask me to pick sides. Don't ask me who to be friends with and who not to.
No,
Please keep it out of the public eye. You know, if you want to rant, the inbox is open and have a rant. Rant until the fucking cows come home. That's
yeah,
fine. But not where other people can see it. Not in the public domain. Not on public groups. Please.
yeah, it's like we're friends with everybody. There's still people I would love to meet, like the Ellesmere Port people down Wales. I'd love to meet them people. There's Magnet Man Houlihan, I'd love to have a fish with him. He just
That would be
that
amazing.
guy is just
Seen him at a club a
amazing.
couple of times, but to fish with him would just be a fucking hilarious stunt, I reckon. It'd be fantastic.
That's what I was thinking at all.
It would be.
But at the
It
end
would.
of the day, we've got to look after the kids' well-being as well as the adults that have got mental health problems and other problems. People with disabilities, we want them to come out. You want to involve them, but will they want to see all this shit all over the place? I
This is
wouldn't.
No.
You know, I'm being
We don't
honest.
want to be turning people away from the hobby. We really don't. You know, it's growing. It's growing crazy. And let's keep it that way.
I've decided to do, basically, is to do the magnet type. If people do magneting or detecting or anything else like that, I usually tell them where it is. Like, you know, Terry and you, Scott, you've seen what I do, and I've given you the right sort of time and the scope and everything. Nowadays, people want to know how much it's worth so they can put it on eBay.
Yeah. It's just one of them things. Keith, times are hard. People need to make their money any way they can.
I was told that Nigel Lamford is a multi-millionaire by the time he's got all the stuff that he got together.
It's all right. We know who to go and tap if we're struggling.
I do apologise, Nigel. I do apologise for tonight's show. Right?
But I can't see what he's saying, so I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm only joking. It's all in good taste, isn't it? And it's just, and you know, that's how it should be. Not everyone's going to see eye to eye. No
group should think they're bigger and better than anybody else, because you know what? We all bleed the same. We all breathe the same air. You might have more money than me. I'm on my arse. I don't care. I treat people the way I want to be treated. So I respect people. I give them my respect. But if they dump it, well, I just put them to one side. Everybody's got to do that in life.
Yeah, it's something that I'm starting to learn. You know, you don't have to go in all.
It took me a while. It took me a long time.
Scott, and it has me. But I've got there. And if I can get there, everyone can get there. Trust me.
And if I can get the help for my mental health, fighting for it, it's like I was in a position many years back, I couldn't even see my boys. I was that bad, that suicidal. Self-harming, I've done it since the age of 12. You know what I mean? I'm being open and honest here. I've done it since the age of 12.
Wow.
But I've helped people stop self-harming. You know what I mean?
I'd like to think.
My experiences in a way for the bad is actually turned out good for others. But I'm not there boasting about it. Oh, I'm better than you. I can do that. We don't need all that crap. No. Yeah, you've had a great find. Well done. You know what I mean? Pat in the back. But
be happy for people when they find something amazing within the community. Be happy for them. But there's no need for jealousy. There's no need for jealousy. You're all going to get there. You're all going to have it. You're all going to find your bucket list item. You keep with this hobby long enough and you are going to find what you want to find. But don't belittle other people when they find it sooner. Don't belittle other people when they think they've done you a favour because you've left a bit of scrap behind and then they've had it lifted. Don't, think of repercussions, think of the bigger picture.
Well, I will be honest with you. Me and Wayne have been out a few times, and twice in Warsaw, quite a few years back, our scrap man let us down, and we didn't know because we had just started off at the time, and then somebody put a picture of what scrap at the side of a bridge. Well, if you see it on my video and the scrap man's no collected it, just message me and say, Scott, do you know your scrap's still there? You know what I mean? A nice polite message, and then you can say, oh, she must not have got it. Phone somebody else. But
Absolutely.
that was back then. Now, we've got Dippers and Scrappers Dictionary,
There's
and
no excuse.
everybody who have phoned for my area have always came out. Maybe not on that day, but they've come
No.
out on the Monday. You know what I mean? Or if it's bank holiday Monday, they're out on the Tuesday collecting it. But don't bitch and moan about people if that happens to them. Sometimes there is a genuine reason. But round my area, there's a group of people doing it, and Tony Shirtcliffe can back me up on this. I seen them on the aqueduct by us, and they had thrown all their scrap over a big steel spiky fence where nobody could collect it. And Tony had to clean the tow path so he could get his bike by, so he didn't bust his tyres. There is people out there doing it for the glory, but the more experienced magnet fishers and proper ones, they're the ones that are getting the blame. That's why I don't fish my area no more for that reason.
Really?
Simple as that. Because people will just say, well, you're magnet fishing, you're the one that's left the mess. No, I clean up. We wash our sides down like us, the Johnsons, everybody does.
Yeah.
That does it correctly.
Leave it at least as good as when you first arrived. You might be wetter, but at least you've got to think of that. You've got to think of children can fall over, the animals, people walking pets,
Exactly.
People are doing it just for the sheer,
Yeah, they want to be in the newspapers, they want to be in this, they want to be on that. Mate, I really couldn't give two monkeys hoots what you find. If you find a good find, as long as you show me, I'm happy for you, you know what I mean? I pull out nothing but crap. There's
You must have had some good finds, though, Scott. Oh, have you been doing it for years? You must have had the odd good find. Sure.
No.
What?
I'm honest. My sons have found... Mackenzie found the shotgun. Finley's found about 3 handguns. Finley has found everything. I'm the one that pulls the crap out, and they get all the bloody glory.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? You can ask Brummie's Outdoors. He had a big collab in Birmingham. Finley was only 8, and he pulled 2 machetes out, and he was stood there with a cross.
Yeah, mate, up the hammers. Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he couldn't believe it. Every time he threw his magnet and he pulled someone else out. And there's everybody else just pulling scrap. But thinking that scrap that's coming out is bringing the wildlife back. As you seen on my last video, the video before, a lady said, do you know, since you've been coming up here, you're the only one that does up here. You clean up after yourself. And now the swans and the cygnets, that's the first ones they've seen in over 2 years.
Yeah, and everyone's coming back.
Just proves my point, didn't it?
It's a lot. Well, yeah, we're doing quite well bringing out the scrap out to the canals, rivers, ponds, lakes. And now I've gone over to doing walkabouts and, as you know, different RF bases, army bases, and
you waving to me, Terry.
MOD.
I'm saying hello to people that are coming in the chat just before we end. Nicola's just joined us from Dudley Dippers. How you doing, Nicola? Nicola, who now runs Dippers and Scrappers, she now runs it, and it is an invaluable, absolute priceless piece of information available to magnet fishers. Use it or lose it. So,
do you know what?
Right, guys,
what all magnet fishing groups should do is put a wee post on for all the newbies and say, look, because I've noticed this and all, there's a lot of them arguing and moaning, oh, I'm with online, I'm with MS, right? You cannot put down anything from another company. You understand that they're affiliated there.
I'll pick them all up now. I'm sponsored by Magnetar. We're sponsored as a group by Magnetar, but I pick them all up. They're all fantastic. They all do what they say they're going to do on a tin within, a kilo or two either way, and they're all brilliant.
What I always say to people is, you've got a few companies, and I normally name them like Online, Magnetar, Magnet Store, whatever, right? I say, there's loads of codes out there. I will be putting a list of everybody's codes up on mine. It's just I'm a bit busy at the minute. I've not forgotten.
I need to do that unless it's SmackDown.
Yeah, I put that. I always say there's these on here. There is 50%, 10% discount codes. You'll get them anywhere. But it's your choice at the end of the day. Sometimes I've had a few messages too, if I'm honest. People feel pressured into having to buy the bigger magnets because people are saying, get this one, get that one, get that one. I say, no. These are the companies. You have a look for yourself. You get what you can afford.
Read the reviews. Watch our unboxing videos. You know what I mean? See how we did. Go back and look at the videos that collectively the whole community have done when they've just bought a 200 or a 220 and then upgraded to a 300 or a 330 and then the beast, and then obviously the 50-degree magnets come out, and now there's an abundance of them with all the companies. They're all fantastic.
What I always say is, always make sure, get a thick plastic scraper for Poundland for the kids, for their magnets. You know what I mean? I gave them a list of what they really need to take with them. But I always say, take a little first aid kit with you as well, because you just never know. And
the amount of times I've been pricked, mate.
We have found that a few times, me and Wayne. Wayne's always got a first aid kit when he would go out there for anything. But it's little things like that people say, thank you for that. I wouldn't have thought of that. Everybody's just more focused on, go to my company, go to this, get this magnet, get that magnet. Think of the kids as well. You know what I mean? It's their safety as well.
It's the same machines. If you get a decent machine, then fine. But you have a cheap machine, you don't get what you need to find out. I came across that a couple of days ago, right? I found out that this cat badge, it's the real silver. It's got the markings on it.
Just stick your magnet on it, Keith. You'll soon find out.
I've come across that and all.
My dad had one of them.
I was in Leicester, Keith. My first ever visit to Leicester, because it was little Mac's birthday, and I pulled out a 1864 solid silver pocket watch. And it was in a bag with a bit of metal that had stuck to my magnet, or I wouldn't have got it. And the whole inside workings are solid gold, Matt.
Well, half hunter then you've got them. You're the half hunter. This is a half hunter, right? But it's a large,
same size. So mine's has got all the hallmarks, everything.
Yeah, this has as well. But I found this on a disused army base, MOD place, and it was on an old we call it now parade ground.
So it's a military one then.
It's a military one.
Any
Wow.
names on the back?
No, I checked. No, not back at all.
Right, Terry, it's
WC, Winston Churchill.
Oh,
it's 8:20, mate. I'll let you go.
Yes. I need to go right now. Not that I'm going anywhere. I'm going live again, everyone. Yes, believe it or not, I am going live again straight after this live, but not on YouTube platform, on my private group.
yeah, I'm
Because
doing live.
I've got my own mental health that I need to be talking about right now.
I'm doing
And
live.
we have gone well over the hour, but do you know what, guys? It's been a really good episode. I hope we've really put it out there and got people thinking regarding the important message we're trying to get out there.
And I hope
Please.
we've helped somebody with advice about the mental health and
Absolutely.
what
That's
to
fantastic. I'm
do
really glad for that.
and stuff like that as well.
And just to answer your question quickly, Bassy boy, you've put in Romford. I know EMH went on the bridge. Do they still allow there? Providing you go there, and you go there with the intention of leaving it as you found it, that you take away what scrap you find. The park manager, his name is Roger, is a lovely, lovely guy. Tell him you know me. And he will allow you, he will probably stand and talk to you for hours whilst you do it. He's very interested and very keen, certainly in the environmental side of it. So yes, to answer your question, you can fish Romford, but don't go there and think you can just pull your scrap out and leave it. Don't do that. At the very least, take it to the nearest bin. But use dippers and scrappers. It's even easier. Use a directory, find who you're in, ring up a couple of scrappers. They will collect it free of charge. So, right, guys, we're going to go. I don't know if you two are going to be in my private, but if you're going to be, I'm going to be live in about 5.
Right, I've got a couple of jobs to do before I jump back on.
Get some shit off my head and try and make sense of things. Right. Thank you all for joining. Keith, thank you very much, son. And I'll speak to you on the phone, right? Scotty, thank you so much for joining today.
Always welcome, Matt. Always welcome.
From these two, it's goodbye. Indiana, come here. And from this little bundle of fluff.
Hello.
She weren't happy. She weren't getting no camera time. I think that's why she was being so naughty, wasn't you? So naughty, wasn't you, darling? Really, you was. Little Nelly. Right, I'm going. Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining. Use the MHT at Magnetar and you'll get 10% off magnets at Magnetar. Yeah. So, yeah. Right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Until next week. See you all later.
Bye.
Take care.
Now,